Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So this is my first ever attempt at making anything with resin. I found it really stressful. I had no idea. So I've mixed my resin according to instructions and I had no idea how much to mix. But anyway, I just thought I went with what I thought would be right and I followed it all, and I really want to make some little puffy heart keychains. So I thought that is going to be my first project. Wasn't quite sure how much I needed to put in, but I have watched so many tutorials and I'm not sure that I even remembered a thing. So I am now just popping the little bubbles with this lighter. I also have a heat gun, which I'll try another time, but I thought I'd try the lighter method first. And I thought I might make some like little thank you keychains, just like for like little for my colleagues and things, with little rainbows, just obviously because we're all in the NHS. So these little stickers I got in my haul, so it's in my haul video if you've seen that. That's where I got them from, just from the range. So yeah, I was trying to slide them in on a little diagonal just to try and make sure I have got no bubbles there. And yeah, just using a little cocktail stick to put it in place. It is so hard compared to the videos that I've seen. And yeah, this one I thought I would just use some little letters, and I didn't realise they actually are upside down and back to front when you're placing them. And the little heart is from my crafty stash. I've had it for years. I've got loads of little ones. I have no idea if anything here will work in resin or not. I'm just trying to use what I have already and yeah, see what I can do with it. So yeah, I thought, oh, I'll have another rainbow one, why not? They seem to be going okay. And oh man, honestly, it took me so long just to get this far. Right, I thought now I'd have a play with alcohol inks, and what you didn't say was the alcohol inks actually had a sealed tip, and it took me ages to work out. I had to cut the nozzle off. Oops, bit of a splash. So what I have learned from watching all the videos is if you use a white alcohol ink on top of the regular ink, it helps take it down. So I'm not sure if I'm using too much or not enough, but I cannot wait to see these turned out. I was really excited, more than what I thought, to use inks. It's like, oh, I think it's going to be really pretty. It looks quite dark here, but I'm hoping the colours will be quite vibrant on the good side underneath, but we will see. Looking at this, I think I've probably added way too much ink for the size of the mould, but not to be stopped. I thought I'd have another go. The purple's really nice, but I really love this teal shade as well, so I thought I'd just try a few different colours and see what they're like. So yeah, you can never have enough ink, right? I honestly, this is going to be a real learning process. I want to try a few different things to see how they turned out, and it's only by trying and experimenting that I'm going to learn. But I really do need to work on how much resin to make. So I think next time I might measure how much goes into one of these little hearts, and then I can kind of work it out from there. So yeah, I thought, oh, I'll have some pink, but I didn't really expect it to be a neon pink, but you know, you just work with what you have. Again, adding that teal in. I'm really excited to see these. I do want to get some dried flowers as well, so I think I'm going to order some silica sand so I can dry my own flowers, which is really exciting. But anyway, I just love watching the inks. I think it's really mesmerising. Oh, honestly, this took me so long, you've got no idea. It took me all afternoon to do this. Oh, so slow. Thank goodness we can speed it up and edit it and cut loads out. I'm pretty sure I'm adding too much ink. I don't know. We'll see when they turn them out. So, oh, I thought, yeah, why not add in some sprinkles? It's like a holographic thick glitter, so I've just like mixed that in, and having a bit of an experiment here. I wasn't sure what I was really doing. I thought, oh, I might just make a sparkly heart. So I think in future I'll add this into the silicone in the tub before I do it. Now this is an alcohol ink, and I thought, oh, that's a great colour. However, Look at that, how it vanishes. The colour just fades away to pretty much nothing. So that was a learning curve, pretty much not to use that. And then I thought, oh, I wonder what happens if you use alcohol ink on top of like quite a heavily glittered resin. So this is just a real experiment. I've got no idea what's going to happen with this, but it'd be interesting to compare it to the ones that don't have the glitter in. So I'm not expecting any of these to turn out okay. It is literally just having a play, getting used to resin. But I'll tell you something, I have made such a huge mess in my room. I've got stuff everywhere. I had some leftover resin, so I thought I would just use some of it up in these letter molds that I got. I'll link everything down below that I've used, if I can remember. So yeah, I was thinking, oh, I've got too much in there, and I'm trying to transfer it. They're not that easy to use, these little pipette things, so I don't think I'll get them again. But they came in part of my kit and things, so I didn't buy them especially. But it's actually much harder than what it looks. And all these tutorials from people that have been using resin for ages, I just found it. I just found I was a bit like cack-handed and things really, but I'm sure I'll get better the more I do it. I was really wanting to do some like little light letter keychains, but yeah, again, I've got loads of ideas, but it didn't quite come off. I think I was a bit unprepared really. I don't think I kind of started panicking and wasn't sure, so I was just here just flinging a load of glitter onto the resin. Oh my word, honestly this is hard to put on. It went everywhere, and then I thought I'd just smush it in a bit. And it felt really weird actually when it was going in. I'm not sure if it's mixed properly or not. We'll see. But I wanted to do purple and gold for this letter. My son's girlfriend is called Eleanor, and she plays for Brickhouse and Rastrick, and their colours are purple and gold. So in my head I thought I'd make her a beautiful keychain. I am not convinced that I'm going to be giving her this, because I think it's going to be absolutely shocking. But anyway, it was a good learning curve, I think. Oh heck. So yeah, just onto a bit more, and I thought, oh, I've got a friend whose name begins with J. I'll make her one because I had a bit left over. Oh, so I just used some of those holographic flakes. Again, it's like really chunky glitter, and then I popped some of that in the end because my mum's called Nicola. I'm really sorry. These are all people that I really like, and they're never going to be my friend again after they see the state of these. It is only my first attempt. So this, instead of the alcohol ink, I've used some resin dye, like the pigment dye, and I really like this swirly effect actually. I thought that looked really nice. I just mixed it in with a bit of a cocktail stick, and I decided to add a different colour and swirl that in. And yeah, I'm not sure, I think that could have been better. I think I might need to get some like gold metallic dyes. That might be really nice. And then I added some green over the glitter, and I'm not sure why, but anyway, I was just trying different colours to see what they look like. Oh yeah, and let's just add in some glitter. So this is just quite a fine holographic glitter, but look, I don't know if this will set. I think if you had dry things you're all right, but oh, we'll see. So I'm doing, so I thought, I know, let's just add a little bit onto here. Oh, sorry, this is the second day. So everything's dried overnight. It's been more than 24 hours I've been at work. So I've mixed up some new resin. I've put in some white pigment dye just to make it opaque white. And in my head, I thought I was going to do it like a mix between like a nice pale pink and a pale blue. Anyway, that did not happen. So I'm just adding a lot of the holographic white glitter now into the white resin. And this is, I wasn't sure how much resin to mix up as well to fill up these puffy hearts, and I just feel like it's all gone a bit, I don't know, I think I need to really get my measurements sorted out. And when I was pouring my resin out as well, I've dripped it all over. I've made such a mess. So I'm just making a bit more up here as well. and mixing that in. So I've got 2 lots of resin, but actually looking at it now, these are only really small amounts and there is no way going to be enough resin. I didn't know that at the time. I think I had an inkling, but it's fine. So yes, let's just add a bit more glitter. If in doubt, add some sparkle. And then mix, mix, mix. Okay, so I thought I would top these with like a white opaque sparkly backing onto the letters. Now, I didn't clean off the glitter that had been on the sides. It actually does start to seep into the white resin there on the letter E. So then I'm just topping this up, just trying to spread it along, just trying to fill the molds up to the maximum depth. I'm not sure if I should just like use like the little lolly sticks. I think I've seen people doing that, but again, it's just trying. I'd got home from work and I was really aware that I thought this was only going to take me 5 minutes, and my husband was downstairs. I'd only just got home. It was quite late now and I was feeling a bit bad for being up in my room. Filled up the J. However, look at this splodge. It was already pretty full and I've got a bit of an overspill, so I'm trying to rectify it. Oh, I'm trying to suck a bit off there. There we go. Move it. It's not having it. So in the end, I just think, right, drastic measures. Get a lolly stick. Oh no, and just wipe off the excess. Dear God, look, here we go. This is, oh, we'll see how it turns out, but I just think this is going to be shocking. But I keep saying it's my first go. Right, so back over here. I decided to add in, I was wanting to make like a red sparkly background for my hearts, and I've added the red dye in. Well, it's a cherry and I think it's too pink. It's not red enough, not for what I was wanting anyway, and I don't know if the white opaque makes it just, that'll lighten it and make it sort of pinker rather than red. So maybe I needed to do it without the white opaque. I'm not sure. I'll try that again next time. So I'm just filling a little bit up on the back of the hearts, and as I can tell already, there is just nowhere near enough resin, and I really don't want to leave it 24 hours and then do a third pour. I just want these molds filling up today so that I can then pop them out tomorrow and have a look, because that's why we do it. I just can't bear waiting so long. I'm going to really have to develop some patience. So I realised very quickly I needed to mix up some more resin, so I put more into a cup. I think I'm going to start using these big plastic cups. They're just easier to mix in than the small cups. And this time I added the silver glitter instead of the white holographic, just to see what it would be like. So I'm just topping up the rest of my molds, and I'm really hoping I've got the ratio right for this. I've got a really bad feeling about it that it's not going to set. I'm so worried. So I just pop in the bubbles, and then I noticed that kind of makes the glitter move a little bit as well. And I think that is it. Yeah, honestly, my room is a mess. I've got resin everywhere. But yeah, there we go. So wish me luck, and we'll come back tomorrow and see the finished result.